It's the iHeartRadio debut of the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Just ahead, we talk with the Spindletop Rod Club about its 36th annual Rod and Classic Car Show. Jeffrey has our pre-owned car of the week, the 2021 Hyundai Veloster. Later, we talk with Sue Mead about the first ever women-only motorsports event. I guess it would be women. Because it wouldn't be an event if it were just one woman.
Yeah.
Later.
Tell my wife that. Sorry.
Do that. Conrad has the racing calendar, and the car clinic will also have the stories making automotive news headlines this week. It's just ahead on this edition of the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Howdy, along with Mike out of this world, Mars. Buttoning his shirt over there, not listening to what we're doing.
It's okay.
King Conrad DeLong is with us
Happy
as well.
Mike took the red plaid shirt off of the lime green shirt.
That's the winter version of the Beetlejuice look. Mm-hmm.
Come for your daughter, Chuck.
Say that again?
Come for your daughter, Chuck.
We need more, Jeff Dziekan.
We do.
I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us on this Saturday. It's a cold day here in Houston, Texas, but glad you could join us wherever you are, and especially those joining us today for the first time on iHeartRadio. Yes, we're on the network, and we'll give you more details about all of that coming up. It's a great day. This is something that Mr. Mars has been working on for quite some time, and it beats the heck out of what we used to be on a radio station locally, on terrestrial radio that had no ratings. So good for us.
Well, the studio was a small closet.
Well, but you know what?
It's smaller than what we got here.
We got a lot smaller.
Nowhere to go but up.
That's right.
That's exactly right. Well, again, thank you for watching. Thank you for being with us today, whether you're watching on the Internet, listening on the Internet, whatever the case may be.
Thank you for joining us.
On the iHeartRadio app, we thank you for joining us. Our special guest now is a fellow by the name of John Carnahan. John, good morning to you.
Good morning, fellas. How are y'all this
Well,
morning?
we're very good, thank you. John Carnahan is with the Spindletop Rod Club. Where is Spindletop Rod Club located?
We are located in Jefferson County. It's Port Neches, Beaumont, Orange, Groves, that area.
So that would be what we refer to as the Golden Triangle area.
The Grove?
Yes, sir, Golden Triangle.
Very nice.
That is correct.
And
The birthplace of many superstars.
You guys have been around for quite some time as a club.
Yes, sir. We were established in 1984, and they've had a show almost every year. Of course, we lost the one for COVID, which was supposed to be 36, which we finally had last year.
Yeah.
And 37 is this year.
Okay.
And we've kind of we've renamed it a little bit with the Spindletop Street Rods and Classics. We've had to, we have to do that because we're all getting older, guys, and y'all know that too. We talked about that earlier. So we're taking some newer cars. Your car has to be 30 years old to join our club.
Well, that leaves me out.
No,
I got a 21-year-old car, so we got to be 30 years old. So that would be like a 1990 or earlier.
Yes, that's correct.
I don't know any 90 hot rods, do you?
Did they build any hot rods?
No, I'm sure they did.
Well, you know what? It's funny you should say that because I've been reading a lot recently about the rebirth of the 80s cars of all things.
Oh, yeah.
Who would have ever thunk that?
Well, you look at the generation of Mustangs, the Buick Grand Nationals.
The Buick Regals.
Okay, yeah, Buick Regals. The Oldsmobile 442s, which really were nothing more than just a regular Cutlass with trim, but there is a rebirth of that
if you can find them
genre of cars.
Well,
because
it goes to affordability.
Well, and they were pretty much wore out by the time they went to the junkyard, and I just it's hard for me to imagine that the 80s cars would be anything. But we wander. We're talking to John Carnahan with the Spindletop Rod Club. And
yeah.
So, John, tell us about this upcoming event you've got.
Okay, it's our 37th annual car show. We accept all vehicles. There's a $20 pre-registration fee until March 21st. After that, it's $25 at the door. We are located... I can tell you in Golden Triangle, Church on the Rock, which is a church located on 6355 Highway 69 access, which is a road 69 and 347 come together at a point, and we meet right there at the church. It's concrete parking. It's at the church, and if you pre-register, we actually give away $1,000 the day of the show.
Wow.
So you think, why should I drive from Houston with today's gas prices to a car show? Well, the grand prize is $500.
That's a tank full of gas.
Yeah, almost. And if you pre-register, there's an additional drawing of $100 you have a chance at. And then we give away 4 $100 cash prizes also, not to mention the plaques if you win. So we have a good day. We have food vendors, access, and we have a great, we help the local families that have medical issues. This year there's a little girl, her name is Isla Edwards. She's an 8-year-old second grader. And I sent a picture to Mike. We saw this first picture. She looks like an angel. And I'm going to read this to you because these names. She was diagnosed with CLN3, which is a Batten disease, extremely rare genetic condition. And there's nothing good about it. It starts with vision loss, and we're talking children here, then seizures, childhood dementia, cognitive decline, loss of motor skills, ability to walk and talk. And most of the time, they pass away before they hit 20. And it's just a terrible disease. And this is a little girl. This is our angel this year that the money we make goes to help her with her medical expenses because they take her all over the United States trying to find help for her or other children that might contact this disease.
Well, that's that's certainly worthy of a couple of tanks of gas to get over there and get back. And
a worthy cause.
Yeah, and not only that, be with other hot rodders and people of ilk mind.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, that sounds like tons of fun. And the hours are 7:30 to 4. So, in other words, you're going to have on the loudspeaker system the In Wheel Time Car Show blasting to all the entrants out there.
Just like last year.
Absolutely. Well, that's perfect. You're going to be over there broadcasting live, Mars?
On a Saturday morning? No, I'm going to be here.
Well, why aren't you going to be there?
Why don't y'all do a live trip? Y'all come and have it from here.
Well, Mars wouldn't have to go too far.
No.
He's right down the road. He's right down.
Exactly. You could just stay over there.
Down there
we could quote unquote switch live to the Golden Triangle and our crack reporter, Mr. Mike Mars over there.
What's that town? Grove
Only when he
Nugget?
bends over in front of the camera.
Grove Nugget or something is the name of the town?
No, Groves is another town. That's
Groves.
the other end of the world.
This is Spindletop. This was the
birthplace
of the oil
well.
industry.
Yep.
Yeah, the Lucas Gusher.
That's right, which is now out in the middle of a swamp. You can't actually get to it. They what?
They moved it because it was in the wrong place, so they moved it.
Okay, you're right. It was in the wrong. No, I think that the original one is out in the middle of a swamp now.
Gusher, that wasn't your nickname in high school, wasn't it?
Back then, it wasn't in the middle of a swamp.
Well, let me tell you one other thing. If people are interested, you can go to Facebook and you can key in Spindletop Street Rods, and we have a website. Or you can go to Golden Triangle Car Shows, and all the local and some other area car shows are listed there, but we are definitely listed there. So you can print that page out. You have an entry form available to you there. Or I sent Mike a copy of it also. So everybody email Mike and he'll send it to you.
At info at In Wheel Time.
How many cars do you normally have out there?
Well, we're hoping for at least 200 this year. We went to a new location last year, and the morning of the show, naturally, it rained. You know how that does to car people.
All too well.
We still had 160 cars, and everybody had a good time, and they said they're all coming back, and they liked our new location. So we're hoping for a couple hundred more. So
good.
We'll have a lot of nice vehicles.
Now, I have another question for you based on your flyer that Mike sent me ahead of time, and that is I want to know what 50-50 pot is. Because, I mean,
Okay,
I've heard of all sorts of pot, some Oaxacan Gold and some Maui Wowie, but I've never heard of 50-50 pot.
All right, 50-50 pot is we sell tickets.
Oh,
You buy
tickets.
one-
Man, there goes your live show.
We thought, okay, well, I know that we have members of the Department of Public Safety that listen to this program and thinking, well, we're going to have a big raid and everybody's just going to come to us out here at this big meet that they're having on March 27th, just arrest everybody because they're going to be having 50-50 pot out there.
Crushed all our
So
dreams.
we might as well set up at the jail.
Now I know what generation you're in.
Yeah, you're in my generation, and don't try to hide it, okay? I know where you're coming from.
You're right. You're right.
It's called show prep.
Yeah.
Gonna warm up vocal cords.
You know, it gives you an indication of how this 3-hour program is going to go when the wheels fall off in the first 15 minutes.
So what kind of car do you drive? What's your
I have
toy?
a 1969 Camaro Super Sport.
Oh, boy.
And if you look on that flyer that I gave you or sent you, there's a green Camaro. You'll see that's the front end of mine.
So, in other words, you are a millionaire just waiting to happen because those cars are worth $1 million.
Well, see, I bought it in 1971.
Oh, gosh.
For $2,700. So I've had it a while.
So is it a true X11 car?
No, it's not an X11. It's not. It's a Super Sport. X11 wasn't that the Z?
No. It was the Super Sport with the 350.
Yeah, that's right. That's what it is. It's the original motor.
Wow.
It's now a 383 Stoker. I've done some work to it, and I told you I bought it for $2,700. I've got more than that in the transmission now. So
Got a real nice houndstooth interior on it.
What color is the car?
Michael,
Green?
yes, it's rally green metallic. That's the way it came, just like that, except for wheels and tires. And Mike took pictures of it the first show it was ever in.
Yeah, we put it on the cover of Cruising Style magazine.
I was going to say the cover of the Rolling Stone.
There you go.
No, that was later.
That was Janice.
We're back to
But
that
she was
again, are
another.
we?
Well, Janice was
Yeah, we're
another
back to that
golden
50-50
triangle.
pot again, I think.
Yeah. Well, we're sampling it as we speak. So, but at any rate, well, it sounds like a ton of fun. Saturday, 7:30 to 4 on March the 27th, the 37th annual Spindletop Rod and Classic Car Show, or Street Rods and Classics, however you want to call it.
Yeah, we'll have live music, and like I said, we have food vendors.
What kind of music?
Just rock and roll, anything you want, because we've got a DJ that he plays.
Oh, okay, so in other words, we could have some real hippie music going on out there if we wanted to.
Oh, yeah, we'll have and he plays requests, so you can get whatever you want.
Okay.
It's got to have a little bit of local flair, so there's going to be a little
Janice,
Edgar Winter,
Janis Joplin.
There could be Cajun music. There's just no bit of telling.
White
We
shade
have a
of
live
pale.
auction, and we have a silent auction. So that's just a little bit for everybody.
Well, it sounds like a ton of fun.
And a good location. I've Google mapped the location because you've got access from both highways on both sides of the church.
That's correct. And a lot of concrete to park in.
Yeah, it's only 8 miles from the interstate if you come in that way. I mean, it's not very
real
far.
close. It's real close.
So
yes.
I think that what you need to do is you need to go ahead and twist Mars's arm over here and have him be the
live reporter.
Yeah, the live reporter.
Live from the scene.
You could do a remote.
We could.
Is that how they give directions out there? You just go that away.
That away.
That away.
Yeah, we're kind of wide open. I wanted to do a remote from Buc-ee's this morning. I thought about doing it from Buc-ee's, but we didn't have time to get there.
And how come the Golden Triangle doesn't have a Buc-ee's? You figure you'd get all those Cajuns crossing the border, and you'd lay down a Buc-ee's right there somewhere in Orange or Vidor.
Right there at the state line.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
They do the casino on the other side. We can do a Buc-ee's on our side.
Absolutely. All right.
2 reasons to go now.
Yeah, well, they got a Chick-fil-A there.
John Carnahan, we thank you for joining us on this Saturday.
Thank you so much for your invite, and I enjoy talking to you guys, and see you next year, hopefully.
Okay, well, and good luck with that 50-50 pot.
Have a good show.
Thank you. And send Mike out for the remote.
You got it.
He's on his way.
That's the plan.
We're
on
going to
his way.
send him somewhere. If it doesn't make it over there, maybe he'll just go on to Louisiana.
Just don't let him touch anything.
I want to remind everybody, if you'd like to get in touch with us at any time, just shoot us an email. The address here is info@inwheeltime.com. And again, we'd like to welcome all of our iHeartRadio fans. If you're listening on the iHeartRadio app, thank you very much for tuning in. And if you'd like to be a part of that family, that would be the iHeartRadio / In Wheel Time Car Talk. What are you doing over there?
signing.
That's the heart, the eye heart.
He's signing the
Oh,
show.
my
I
God.
couldn't see what he's doing from this side. I was kind of trying to
I'm
do the
thinking,
same
dear
thing.
God,
I thought he was flipping me the bird.
What kind of
Like duels.
sign is he giving us here?
He's signing the show for the impaired.
Okay. That's great.
The
And so,
alcohol impaired.
yeah,
At 8 o'clock in the morning.
50-50.
50-50 pot. All right.
Oh, my gosh.
Shall we do the racing calendar?
think we
And
should.
speaking of the racing calendar, for us drag racing people, fans, that would be the Gator Nationals is trying to take place down in the swamp.
It didn't
in
rain.
Florida.
They flooded.
Yeah. Well, when it rains down there,
It was
really
it was a
rains.
turd floater.
Oh, boy.
Okay, can we say that on the radio?
No, we can't.
Well, we just did.
I know.
Well, all the dog turds were floating.
No doubt. So the racing calendar includes the NHRA Gator Nationals and
That is the finals are tomorrow. They're going to be at 6 p.m. on FS1. So
today there's going to be probably
Qualifying
a couple
2
of
and 3.
qualifying 2 and 3 since they didn't have 1 and
Q1
2.
got rained out.
Right. So that's going to be on at 6 o'clock tonight on FS1.
But remember, Q1 was all about that call-out thing. Remember, this is something new NHRA brought out, kind of in the vein of these NPK things where a top fuel racer was going to call out another top fuel racer. And our friend of the show, Antron Brown, was called out by Britney Spears.
Britney Spears.
We saved her. Britney Force. But we saved Britney Spears.
Britney Force. So, but
We
that
know
got-
where your mind is.
that got rained out.
50-50.
Conrad is still working on the Save Britney campaign.
Jeff and I are.
Yeah.
Both of y'all are.
So I think that piece, which was a new piece NHRA was trying to add to the calendar, that got washed out. And I don't think they're going to redo that for Q2 or Q3. Maybe they will. I thought it was an
Are
interesting
you familiar
concept.
with ATX, which is a new classification of factory hot rods in the pro stock, kind of the pro stock vein? I talked to Stan Holt, Mr. Loopy Tortilla, and Mr. Tailpipes and Tacos, and he tells me that he is invested in an ATX car, which is basically factory sheet metal, except the fenders, the hood, and the trunk lid are all fiberglass, so it weighs about 1,000 pounds less than
Oh, wow.
rolling off the factory floor.
Isn't that a combined
So are
class?
these like the Cobra Jet cars?
Kind of along those lines. It's a new classification, and Stan's involved in that, and he's got a
Is he gonna
Chevy
wheel one?
Camaro. Huh?
Is he going to wheel one?
He's not, but his driver is. His driver and
His wife
mechanic.
is his driver.
His wife.
She's one of his drivers.
His mechanic and driver of one of his other cars is
Are the Emmons brothers involved in that?
No.
probably.
So it's kind of like a slower pro stock?
Don't ask me all the details because I don't know. Stan was explaining it to me. Conrad's going to look it up, but
I mean,
it sounds pretty exciting.
It's got to be heavier than a pro stock car.
Probably.
And then,
So, yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I'll look it up and we'll learn a little
So I'm
bit
just
more
thinking
about
it's slower. Anyway,
Anyway,
okay.
please
And then
continue on.
NHRA, April 1st through the 3rd is the 4-wide in Vegas. And then April 22nd through the 24th is the Spring Nationals here in Houston. Get your tickets and be out there. It is the final NHRA event in Houston, but not the final event for the track. The track's going to go all season, but this will be the last time NHRA is coming to Houston, and we need to pack the place.
And we will be
It
there.
will be. It will
live.
We will be there live and in charge. Well, no, we're not in charge. Seth's
We're
in
not.
charge.
No, yeah.
We'll be in charge of that little corner of the top.
right there next to the cocktail bar.
yeah.
Oh, it's awesome.
And then NASCAR this weekend is at Phoenix Raceway in Arizona. Next weekend is in Atlanta. Next weekend starts Formula One. I know you've lost being a fan, but I'm still a fan. IMSA next weekend is 12 hours of Sebring. IndyCar is next weekend at Texas up in Fort Worth. And then this weekend is also World Endurance Challenge at Sebring. So they bring the world cars here the weekend before they do the IMSA cars. So pretty cool.
Yeah.
Lots of racing on the way.
Yeah, I know. I'm excited.
But I'm excited about going for the final at Baytown.
Yeah,
I was
me
at
too.
I was at the first year at Baytown was 88, 87.
Somewhere back there.
Yeah, 87.
I know Seth. We've had him on the air, and Seth has talked about doing some special things, which I think is pretty great. You know, there's such a history of that track that was always real early in the season and was always a record-setting track.
I was about to say, yeah.
Until they got, I think it was Pennsylvania was the next track that was always a record-setting track.
It's
as
like
well.
15 feet above sea level or something, or
Well,
very close to that.
depending on the air, they've had races out there that they were 250 feet below sea level.
Yeah.
The air
because
was
of the water grains.
right, and so pretty sad to see it go. Totally understand why it's going, but NHRA's final
Don't have
event.
to like it.
No,
Let's
don't
move
have
on
like
to our pre-owned car of the
Yeah,
week.
let's.
And Jeffrey's had a series, and I guess this is a continuation of that, the
continuation
under
of the
20 series. So cars under $20,000.
Oh, cars.
And right now we're going to review the 2021 Hyundai Veloster.
That's right, and it is pre-owned under $20,000. It is there's 4 levels of trim, but we always talk about the basic because we want to keep it close to the $20,000 range. It is a hatchback. It is a base. It's a 4-passenger vehicle. It's a neat little four-wheel.
It's a 3-door.
It's a sport hatch.
A sport hatch, but it's a 4-passenger.
Yes, but a 3-door.
Right. It's a hatch. It's got smooth body lines, sleek sculptures you can see there. It's got, very nice fascia on there. Large grill opening. Kind of reminds me of a little bit of a Lexus motif there.
Yeah, with the smile outwards instead of inwards.
Right, exactly. And you got optional rear spoiler, which this one doesn't have.
That would
because
be
it
an
is a
Innie
base.
as opposed to an Audi.
Innie as opposed to, yeah.
An Audi versus a Porsche.
Yeah, and then there's always Cadillac. And, of course, it's got great body lines. It's got nice stuff in the back. You got the single tail exhaust, which other cars are having that now. This is a 21 model, so it's still fairly new.
Really?
But it is fairly new, but it's also a pre-owned. So you can get these with mileage on them, and you can get them under $20,000, and that's the whole point of this. So let's move to the inside. You can get cloth seats because that's pretty much what you're going to get on the base model. You can upgrade to some leather inserts as you increase the levels of trim. You get the power locks, you get power windows, steering wheel controls, which are there. You see that. It's a nice little pod setup. I like it. It's a small vehicle. You get the lane assist, the backup camera, which is normal. AM/FM. Believe it or not, you get AM/FM. You get MP3 player, Apple CarPlay. The important
That's
thing
AM
is,
and FM.
FM. You get country
Stereo.
and western. The good thing is you can listen to In Wheel Time podcast. You can listen to your iHeartRadio and get In Wheel Time on that vehicle. I checked into it. It does work. So, go out and buy one today, Mike. You got granddaughters that need that. On the engine side of it, you got a 2-liter. It's 147 horsepower at 6,200.
That's a lot for that little car.
Yeah, it is. But it's a little base model. Torque is 300. Torque is 132 foot-pounds of torque at 4,500 RPMs.
Wind me up.
You've got 2 choices of transmissions. You got automatic with an overdrive, and then you can get an optional 6-speed stick. Now, mileage on the automatic is 27 city and 34 highway. Mileage on the manual is 26 city and 33 highway. You get one knockdown because you got the stick. Why? I don't know. You would think it would be the other way around. Ride and handling, performance tires, you got aluminum wheels, rear multi-link suspension, traction control, 18,400 to 19,900. When these were new and you get to load it up, higher end versions of the trim level, you can get them for around $30,000. So this is actually a real good bargain. Mike.
And this is the body style Hyundai uses in their motorsports program.
Yep.
Because they do drifting with it. They do rallycross. So the Veloster is their car of choice for
Right.
their motorsports. They also do Pikes Peak Hill Climber.
I haven't been in one in quite some time. They haven't had one in the press fleet, but I'll remember vividly when the car came out and it was in the press fleet and I got to drive it. I like the car. It's a nice cross between something that's really sporty and something that's fuel efficient and looks good.
You can get what you want on it to a limit, but then it's like a little go-kart.
But just remember, you're not going to put a 6-foot person in the back seat.
No.
There is no leg room. But that's not
Jimmy
what,
Hoffa would have fit, but they just folded him over.
Yeah, you can fold him up.
But so far as
Jimmy
the pre-owned,
Hoffa.
and we tease Mike because we're going to buy one for his grandchildren. It's affordable for just that reason.
Mm-hmm. And it comes with a pretty good powertrain warranty if you're the original owner.
AM and FM.
AM and FM stereo.
Hi-Fi.
High fidelity.
Do you remember Hi-Fi?
Yep.
Before stereo.
Quadraphonic.
Ooh, now we're really pushing the limit on that.
50-50.
Did you have quadraphonic?
Yeah, and Galileo moved around the room.
Did it?
Yeah. In the Queen, in the quadraphonic, the Galileo would come out of each of the 4 different speakers. I still haven't figured out how they did that.
There was a radio station in Houston that promoted the fact that they were quadraphonic. Okay.
We need to work on that, Mike. Can you plug something in over there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't touch it.
any wires.
God. We're just hoping that we're on the air today.
We are.
Yeah, no, we are.
Has
We
anyone
are.
checked?
Yes. Candace said hello.
Because of the faux pas of last week. Unfortunately, the edited version that Mars claims that he did, that edited off all the crap at the front of the show, actually made it on the air. So
That's what makes the show fun.
No.
Completely unprofessional. Completely unprofessional.
Faux pas. He's blaming it on
unprofessional.
Suze. He's blaming the faux pas on Suze.
She's sleeping.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she's down there. Right down
Well,
there.
she's the 5th member of In Wheel Time, so.
She is. Well, no,
She's
she'd be
the
the
sixth.
6th because Ainsley.
David. Ainsley.
Well,
is the
he's not
best.
here right now. So
Wake
no,
up, David.
Yeah, it's a little bit too early for him yet.
He's not even home yet.
From last night.
These young guys.
That's right. What do you have any concerts coming up?
No, the end of April.
End of April.
We're hosting a jam next Sunday, a week from tomorrow. We're hosting a jam. It's where the musicians come out and everyone.
Where at?
County Line in Richmond. So we'll play for an hour and then we'll invite keyboard players or bass players, other drummers up, things like that. So it's a lot of fun.
So Don and his kazoo?
Don, he can bring it. He can go up on stage and do that.
It was the recorder, but thank you anyway. Hey, the In Wheel Time Car Show streams on iHeartRadio, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and InWheelTime.com. Podcast still available on your favorite podcast channel as well. The In Wheel Time Car Show continues right after this quick break.
Saturday, March 19th, 2022 is the premiere of the all-new Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise In, and you're invited. Tailpipes and Tacos kicks off a new seasonal format, and first up is the Spring Cruise In at the Lupe Tortilla in Katy, 8 to 11 a.m., Saturday, March 19th. Tailpipes and Tacos will award trophies for the best hot rod, best classic, and best modern classic, so make plans now. Tailpipes and Tacos is Houston's coolest cruise in, and this is where you'll enjoy seeing the best hot rods, show cars, classics, and resto mods, along with Lupe Tortilla breakfast tacos and adult beverages. There's no entry fee, and all cars will automatically compete for custom Lupe trophies and other prizes. It all happens at the Lupe Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy on the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard, just south of I-10. Get your ride ready for the all-new Spring Tailpipes and Tacos, Saturday, March 19th. It's going to be a huge car show, and spectators are welcome. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show will be there, too. Let's celebrate the arrival of spring and the return of Tailpipes and Tacos, Saturday morning, March 19th, 8 to 11 a.m. at the Lupe Tortilla in Katy. We'll see you then, weather permitting. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show is now part of the iHeart family. Now you'll have access to 24/7 Car Talk anytime.